Hello, y'all.
Hello. Okay, so this is what we thought we'd do. There was a study done by a psychologist that explores whether intimacy between two strangers can be accelerated by having them ask each other a specific series of personal questions. The 36 questions in the study are broken up into 3 sets, with each set intended to be more probing than the previous one. The idea is that the mutual vulnerability fosters closeness. Allowing oneself to be vulnerable with another person can be exceedingly difficult, so this exercise forces the issue.
Okay. Bring it on, romance. Bring it on.
All right.
Make me vulnerable.
Right. Okay. Let's just see what happens.
Mental stimulation.
Right. Mental stimulation. Okay. Given the choice, actually, let me change.
Are we gonna trade off asking questions, or did you want to?
Oh, we can trade off.
Whatever feels right. I'm down.
Let's see. We're gonna change this back to just chatting. There we go. Okay.
All right. So, question 1 from set 1.
Okay.
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? It doesn't ask why, just who.
Seth Rogen.
I had an answer to this question. Who was it? It was a comedian, but not somebody you'd expect. It's gonna bother me now. Given the choice of anyone in the world, who would I want as a dinner guest? Honestly, Natalie Portman.
I was gonna say that, but you said comedian, so I strayed away.
Yeah, I thought, because there is somebody else, but I couldn't remember who it was, and so I just let that thought go, and I was like, okay, so who else? Natalie Portman.
I could have guessed that for you.
I know, right? Okay, question 2.
You can just ask him, I think, and we'll both answer. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
No. Let's
go
go
ahead.
back. Okay. Would you like to be famous? In what way?
Would I like to be famous? And in what way? You know, I don't want to be famous. I like my anonymity. It kind of goes with my creature of the night thing.
Yeah, you're the same. Yeah, I like that.
And
Yeah.
so, but if I had to be famous, cringe for one thing. But I would want it to be for activist work.
I love that. I agree. I think that's great. But for me, okay, so I don't want to be famous because I feel like it's like putting a target on my forehead because you don't know what kind of, things are out there people-wise and all that. It could be dangerous to have certain people in your pool of your community. For the danger aspect, I don't think it's great for me. And if I was going to be famous, I'd either want it to be for activism, for something I believe in, or maybe for a novel written on some sort of philosophy, because I'm really into philosophy. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability. It's happening.
It's happening!
Okay. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and why? I've been called out. Yes. I do rehearse what I'm going to say. Because if I don't, then I will, forget what I'm calling about, or I'll veer off in some direction, or I'll leave some important detail out that I need, something that I was supposed to do on the call, I'll forget. And so I will rehearse what I'm going to say. It happens if I'm going to go somewhere in person too. I will practice what I'm going to say just to make sure that I don't trip over my words as I get.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you?
No, completely. I agree with that. Especially when I was at work, I'd have to call a lot of people all day long because I had a job where I had to speak to customers on the phone, and I was calling about specific things. So I had to make sure I sounded like I knew what I was talking about, and also I had to pay attention, the biggest thing is listen, speak, respond. And on the phone, if you're speaking as a customer service person, you know, you don't want to talk over the other person, and you don't want to be the first person to say goodbye unless it's appropriate given the circumstances. And there's a bunch of things to think about. So I think about those things when I call. Also, what I want to say, so that way I say it clearly and efficiently. Because if you say the wrong things, obviously you can concern your customer. And then on the friendship side of things, I think I'm more free flow, but I just really try to make sure I'm a good listener. And if I do have a point I want to get across, I make sure that I think about that before I'm calling. But it's definitely more free flow. But when it's like more of a professional call, every aspect has to like work cohesively and can fall apart. So it's something I think about before I call for that.
I hear you. All right, you go ahead and read number 4.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
You want to go first?
No, you go. I just talked.
Okay. I just noticed that I keep going first, and so.
Oh, that's okay. That's just it's fine.
Okay, just making sure that's okay.
As long as you're okay with it.
Yes, that's
okay.
fine. Let's see. What would constitute a perfect day? I kind of had one recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was on vacation, and I woke up surrounded by people that I love, and I was tired that day, and so I said, you know what, I'm going to stay back this time. I'm going to rest. And my cohort went off and had an adventure, and I stayed home and had a little art and roll around on the floor while listening to my favorite music adventure. And yeah,
that was good for your soul.
It was a great day,
and it was very accepting from like the other people. So it was like there was love there because of the acceptance and you being with people you enjoy and them accepting you doing your thing, and you just like had that time for yourself.
Yeah,
and that was like really nice.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
I should specify I was with her.
Yeah.
Oh, we were together. It was wonderful. All
right, what would constitute a perfect day for you? I think a day where I make a strong connection with someone, it doesn't have to be like someone I know really well, but just like anyone, like where I feel like, you know, we got to let our walls down and say some meaningful things that like had me very thoughtful, and just like we got to open up our hearts a little bit, and like that day is always very magical for me, and I always feel like there's some growth. It just feels like there's some growth because I got to open my heart up to someone and we felt closer, or you know, that's a good day.
That is a good day.
That's a good day.
I feel like, ooh,
yeah,
I like that day.
Yeah, let's have that day.
Let's have that day. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Did I read the last, or did you?
It doesn't matter to me. I think you read the last one.
Okay, cool.
When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else?
I know the answer.
That was
today. Well, actually.
Let's see. I sing to myself kind of on the daily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like a constant music playing in the back of my mind. There's always some song that's either just played or that I want to play. That just plays like the little soundtrack of my life.
Aw. I think that's a sign of like at least some good mental health.
Oh, thank you.
That's good. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to say that I don't know your brain, but I'm just saying it sounds healthy.
Thank you.
Was there anything else you'd like to add to that?
When did I sing to someone else? I think I sang in the car the other day.
Oh, yeah. On the highway?
I will sometimes, when my partner is driving, I will sometimes sing in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my partner likes it.
because you feel happy?
Yeah, because I feel happy.
I like that.
My partner likes it.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I, too, find myself when I'm comfortable and happy and, like, when things have aligned, it doesn't necessarily have to be things that aligned, but definitely if things have aligned, I will definitely like be looking for songs to sing. That's like when that happens, I want to sing. And it's happened recently, and I was like, I want to play this song in my car and like sing it really loud, and I'm by myself and I want to go home and I want to dance to it. I was feeling good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you sung to another person recently?
I sung to you today.
That's true, you did.
Just at like karaoke. Hello there.
Huzzah for art.
Huzzah! We love arts.
We do.
Yeah, I sang at karaoke. I was just sharing my words with a group of strangers and letting loose, and that was good for my soul. But when I sing on my own, it tends to be like I'm pretty happy. Like I'm happy about something, and that's generally why I'll sing. Or like I'm happy, comfortable, and content, and like that's my like baby fart equivalent.
There you go. All right. You ready?
Okay. We are on 6. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or the body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
This is easy for me.
Yeah, me too.
What would you want?
The mind, of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want the mind.
The mind of the 30-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I picked the body.
Okay, well, you can be the body, I'll be the mind.
There we go. With our powers combined.
We will take over the universe.
We will dominate the earth.
I'm so afraid of, like, I want my mind to be intact. Like, I want to be a good storyteller. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'm the best storyteller now, but I want to be a good storyteller.
Think of the stories that you could tell when you're 90. Just because you're 90 doesn't mean that your mind is automatically gone.
That's true.
You know, because I don't imagine when I imagine being older, I don't imagine my mind being gone.
Yeah.
I imagine it maybe not working at like the same tip-top shape that it did when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I don't imagine being, barring actual like mental or physical health problems. Like I don't imagine just kind of becoming catatonic. I imagine staying active and being engaged in things.
I want both.
Yeah. It's like I choose option C. Both. Both is good. Ooh. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
Oh my god, we're getting vulnerable now.
All right. Secret hunch about how you will die. Not really. I've always kind of just thought that it would happen in a bed surrounded by the people that I love the most.
Aw, that's really nice.
That's what I hope for, at least.
I like that.
You know, I want to die warm and comfortable in my bed surrounded by people that I love.
That's legit. I want that too.
That's what
but
I want.
I think, old age would be great. Mm-hmm. And the same situation, people I love, just whispering sweet nothings as I'm comfortable in my bed. And that would be ideal. But as long as my family knows I really care about them, if I'm on my own, I think I'll find peace in that, and be able to move on. So, because you don't always get, what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. All right. What are we on? Oh, this 8. Okay. 8. Now I think I'm reading this.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
I think that's supposed to be you and me.
Oh, okay.
The partner that you're doing the experiment with.
Okay, cool.
So 3 things that we appear to have in common. The easy one is we're both women.
That's true.
That's a really easy one. Do we want to count that one, or do we want to be a little bit more specific than that?
Let's try to be more specific.
Okay. Let's see. 3 things that you and I have in common. Let's think about that for a minute. Our aesthetics are very different.
Yes. That's not common, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We both like to smile and connect.
Yes.
We
sure
value
do.
that. We both highly value smiling and connecting with people.
Absolutely.
Those are very important to both of us. It's also a priority to both of us to do as little harm as possible.
Yes.
That we're both very conscious of that. And we both really like art.
Yes. Yes and yes. Now 3 different things for me.
You, yeah.
After it was hard to make the first 3. I think we both seek adventure in our lives, whether that's romantically, whether that's like going out in the world and seeing something we haven't seen before, or, you know, drinking something we haven't drank before. I think we both get a little high on meeting new people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, let's see about the third one. We were like-minded in something the other day. Oh, we tend to be driven towards the same type of things if we're at a restaurant. We've been ordering the same things.
That's true. We have similar taste in food.
That counts because the other 2 were pretty.
It does.
You know?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of interesting, just because I don't, like, in my mind, nobody eats like me. I'm, like, unique.
Aww.
And so I'm like, we have that in common. We order
that's
the
cool.
same things. It is cool.
It's really cool.
I like that.
I like that you noticed it. Like, we at the random spot and we're like, you know, the last few things we've ordered have been the same and we didn't try. I was like, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of
You know?
cool. That is true. She's not wrong. Let's see. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? Ooh.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, the obvious one, at least to me it's obvious, is that my life is full of connection and adventure.
Hell yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yes, I agree. I like that for the first time in my whole life, I've been able to feel like I'm writing my own story right now. I don't think I've ever felt that way before up until this point, where I felt like finances didn't guide my every move. And that is like really cool. And I'm afraid of like that going away, because that is incredible.
Yeah.
And I want that to stay. Yeah. True.
Nice. If you could change... Oh, you had your...
Oh, yeah. Number 10, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Oh, man. Any one thing?
Yes.
Because there's some things that, like, have a butterfly effect. Like, if you change any, like, certain...
That's a touchy one.
Yeah. Well, because I grew up in a very religious household. And so I imagine that if I were to change that one thing, remove the religion, that would change.
Might not have even had some family members on the
Right? It would have been completely different.
Your phone went to bed.
Wake up, phone.
There we go.
There we go. So that would change like everything.
Yeah, can you even imagine?
I can't. I have no idea how different my life would be without it, because it was so immersive.
Is that the thing you're
I
thinking?
think that might be the thing that I would want to change,
Yeah.
though, just because it would change everything.
It would change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's like, think about your parents, about like the effect on them without that. Like, wow, that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a whole thing. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
I wish, and I wish this for all young people, I wish that I understood the things that were given to me and I was more grateful for them. I really wish that was more of a thing that was on my mind. And I think that's what I would change.
More awareness?
Just more awareness of like, and grateful for people helping me around me when I can't help myself, because I'm young and more vulnerable to the world because I'm a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We're getting vulnerable.
We're getting vulnerable. What's happening? Let's say, take 4 minutes. Oh my goodness. And 4 minutes is what it says. And tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible.
Oh boy. Okay.
Holy
Wow.
shit. Okay. 4 minutes. Okay.
Put a timer
We're
on.
getting a timer out.
Get a timer out. Oh my god.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. In as much detail as possible.
Twitch, we're just letting you have it right now.
I know.
We're just letting you have it.
Let me think here. I gotta plan out a little bit. Like, what am I gonna include?
That's fine. Take a moment. They're asking. This is a big question. I'm just gonna eat my dinner here on a dinner date. Let me cut the steak.
Right.
Takes a bit of time to chew the steak.
Okay, here we go. I was born in 1987.
Oh shit.
To two parents, man and a woman.
Okay.
They were married.
Okay.
They were very religious, and so after me, there were 7 other children. We moved a lot. I never lived in one place longer than 6 years. The longest places I lived were in New Jersey, Boston, and Redding, California. And let's see. I don't even know what to include. Like,
Just highlights.
my life story. Boys liked me a lot.
Ooh.
When I was growing up. It was like I have not observed it in like a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Like, just watching other people, they don't seem to have been as involved in like relationships as I was, and so I got really good at navigating relationships.
Cool. Yeah.
I remember once. Oh, that's not important. Got really good at navigating relationships. Left the church like 5 years ago, and that changed so many things.
Right. Oh my god.
Helped me to kind of discover who I was underneath, and I've told you about being the caterpillar before, being in the goo phase.
Oh, the goo phase.
The goo phase.
Yeah, the goo.
So, really quick, caterpillars, when they go into the chrysalis, they turn into goo, and they like completely liquefy. And then when they come out on the other side, they have completely transformed, but they somehow retain their memories from when they were a caterpillar, from their previous life,
is really
basically,
cool.
which is really, really
Yeah.
cool. And so I left the church and entered this goo phase, and I'm starting to kind of come out of it and discover, oh, I really like wearing black, and I really like being a little bit spooky, and I really like the idea of getting tattoos and piercings. See? A little bit. I really want to get my philtrum done again. What else should I include in my life story?
Highlights.
I was, despite being one of 8 children, I was pretty privileged growing up. I was very involved in music and theater, and I play a few instruments, and I sang in the choir, and my parents would dance a lot. They met on a ballroom dance team,
That's cool.
and so they would dance, and I grew up with ballroom dance being a big part of our family life. That's how we would like bond with each other, and we would all dance with our dad.
Aww.
And then I got to be pretty good at
That's
it,
kinda
and
great.
I would dance at like dances when I was a teenager, and I would be one of those people who would like go out and dance, and like the ring would form around them, and
Ooh.
yeah, it was
Getting chills.
yeah, it was really fun. Let's see. I haven't danced in a long time.
Yeah.
We should do that.
What's something you take with you
Something
from
I
that?
take with me.
From your journey thus far, and you can take a second.
Oh,
answer.
I've got 10 seconds left. What What do I take with me? Connection is what matters.
Connection, yeah.
Connection is what matters.
Connection is what matters. And
there we go.
0. Holy balls.
I'm like, what do I include? I don't even know.
I was like, I don't even know. I was like, after that, I was like, this girl. Well, we can take a second to talk about that.
Okay.
Oh my god. I got social anxiety just like, you know.
Right, just like,
oh, I have to do this after you, and you're doing great.
I was like, I think one more detail. How many times have I moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. It's over 10. I've moved over 10 times in my life.
That's a lot.
And I wasn't in the military. My dad was not in the military.
Oh yeah, and they just moved.
They just moved. My dad kept changing jobs.
Oh, wow.
Like, he was always in the department that got sold.
But that's like really, I feel like, great of him, because he has to support a family, and like he's making a very responsible, loving decision, maybe for you guys. Just my opinion.
It absolutely was
You
a
know?
loving decision.
Yeah.
It was never like, it was always a good thing. It was hard to move.
Yeah. Because like making new friends.
Yeah, because making new friends is hard. But I got pretty good at it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because
with the boys.
I had
too.
to with the boys. Oh my goodness, the stories there.
I like that.
Not for Twitch.
Not for Twitch. Not for Twitch. Okay, am I gonna try this?
Okay, you want to try this?
Sure.
You don't have to.
I could try.
You only share what you want to.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so I was born in 1989, and the first thing I remember is living in a Victorian house, and my parents were very trusting of me and gave me the run of the house, which they probably shouldn't have done. But I'd always have friends over, and we were building forts out of the furniture, and we were making up songs and videoing ourselves, saying like costumes and like putting on personas, and just like, yeah, it was mayhem. Like I had this like I had this battery operated little Jeep that we killed. Like, and we just would still, like, use it anyway and go down really steep hills and, like, run into bushes.
Nice.
And we're like, we're badasses. We're running into bushes. And, like, we do really dangerous things that you probably shouldn't do, but we loved it. Like, put rollerblades on and, like, go down really, really, really steep hills. And
things that, if your parents knew, they would have been like, oh my
this
God,
is probably not a good idea.
Not a good plan.
Yeah, but I was, like, that outdoors kid, and, like, and then we can go to my schooling. Like, I was popular, like, in the 4th grade. I had it going on. And then, like, not popular, like, after that. Like, in, like, middle school, I just hung out with, like, cool, accepting people, but we weren't the popular kids. And then in high school, I hung out with, like, my people. We weren't popular, but we had a good time. And I was in theater, too. Musical theater. Loved that. I think that really made me blossom in the confidence department, which was good.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got interested in boys.
It happens.
I was into the nerdy athletic boys. So you like, usually it was like gamers or like chess club, but with like water polo or baseball were my go-tos. Because it was water polo for like the abs and the legs, and then it was baseball for the butt.
There you go.
And I'd say the same thing then. And I remember I was on the swim team, and I love the swim meets because they were like pool parties. You have like really in shape people. We're listening to music by the pool, like half naked, and we just wait for our turn to go in the water. And like every swim meet, we had like secret sisters and brothers, so we'd like get our secret sister a gift. So like, oh, do well in your tournament today. Like, do well in your swim meet. And like, that was really exciting. I was not a great swimmer, but my best friend was on the team. We had a great time. And I was involved in choir, which I really enjoyed, and we got to travel for that in high school. That was fun. Yeah. And that was cool. And then I had a great friend, and like she went basically through middle school, high school, and she went to the same college as me. We kept our friendship, and she was also one of the people I made silly videos with growing up too. And we continued to do that even in college. And her and I did swimming again in college, and that was cool. Even though we weren't good, there was just like a PE class we could take that was swimming, and that was fun. And we went to the raves and the parties. We met lots of boys. At that point, we were into the boys, and
It happens.
got really into the boys in college and drinking, which isn't healthy, but luckily I dropped that habit. Oh my gosh, I'm doing great. 28
You're doing
seconds
great,
left.
yeah.
And then I'd say the takeaway is definitely the connections. I met a group of people that basically made me think about what's important, and I can just say that connecting and laughing with people is like my most favorite thing to do. And if I can do that and go on an adventure with someone, it's like that's like the best day ever. And in conclusion, that's where I am now.
There you go. Good job. It goes by like it's a little longer than it seems.
It is, yeah.
You know, like you think 4 minutes, how am I going to fit my life story in 4 minutes? Oh, actually, that's a...
We can do that.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. It's starting again.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, cancel. Go back to the
that's
questions. I just want you to know, it doesn't really matter, but I was excited. When you were talking, we went up to 5 viewers for a little bit.
Oh, really?
That was really exciting for me. I was like, look her go.
Oh, no.
That was cool. I enjoyed hearing you.
Thank you.
All right, let's see about the questions. Where are we?
Here. We are... Come on.
After the take 4 minutes.
Number 12.
Did I read this one?
Yes, you
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Excuse me.
Oh.
Okay, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Oh, one quality or ability? Can it be a supernatural ability?
It doesn't say it,
It
can't
does
be.
not say, so...
It has to specify otherwise.
I feel like that's an important distinction. Because if I could wake up with some like regular ability, that changes what I would say. Because
Maybe you want to say a regular ability
Let's
to
say
keep it in our universe.
Cool. Let's do. That's why I asked.
We can decide. It's our game, right?
That's right. It's our game. Let's keep it to the normal abilities.
Okay.
I would develop the ability to sell something.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I would develop.
I like that because that's
ability.
persuasion too, and that could just work across the board for you on so many levels.
Yep, that's what I would pick.
That's really good. I think I'd want to be a really good storyteller. I really like that. Mm-hmm. I just that's got a really high entertainment value and also connecting with people. I feel like if you have a good story, like that's fun. That could be really fun for that. So I'd say good storytelling.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Whew, that's set one. Okay, how you feeling?
Fan yourself off.
Fan myself off, yes. Okay. You ready? Want to just jump into the next one?
You want me to read it or are you reading it?
You go ahead.
Okay. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? These are great questions.
That is a great question. If a crystal ball could tell me the truth about something, myself, my life.
Have you seen the movie The Kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's with,
Bruce
Willis.
Willis.
Yes, Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
where his young self shows up.
Yeah.
If a crystal ball could tell me the truth about myself, what truth would I want to know? Ooh. If you think of something first, you're welcome to go first.
I'm tempted to say I don't want to know because Journey Before Destination. Mm-hmm. I just like the idea of writing my own story. And I know things can change and I just don't want to know. I'm all about planning and like having big dreams. I just don't want to know.
What about, is there some question from the past that you would want answered? Because that's something, some question about your life from the past.
I'd want to give myself advice.
Yeah.
Like my past self.
Right.
But a question. Maybe that could be on the same caliber. What do you want to know? Am I going to...
It's me thinking of my answer right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm kind of on the same, I feel like there currently aren't any big questions that I would want answered. Because same thing, I want to feel like I'm writing my own story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have any big questions from the past that I would want answered. I know that there are some people who do.
And that's respectable. That's cool.
That's totally cool.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of blessed in that regard that I don't have any big questions from my past.
Yeah.
Maybe I would want to myself, my life. Maybe I would ask a question about myself, like, trying to get to know myself better.
Yeah, that's
You know,
always a beneficial thing.
Because I feel like there are things about me that I'm still figuring out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think I would want to know what my priorities were.
Yeah.
I think I would want someone to like look into my brain and be able to say, this is what you care about the most.
Right. And then that can help for that could help whatever version of yourself you are be a better version of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate
So
that.
yeah, so I would ask
Yeah.
something about like trying to get to know myself better.
I think that's a great answer.
Thanks.
14?
Number 14. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? Okay. Well, the things that I want to do, I tend to do them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have a
Right?
bucket list, and if it's near the top, it's getting checked off. Mm-hmm. And since I was young and dumb, like with some money at some point, it's been checked. Some of those things have been checked off.
Yeah. I think the one thing, like, or I guess any of the things that I've wanted to do but I haven't, the thing that stopped me has been money.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, biggest obstacle in life is definitely money.
It's money.
Kind of ruled my life, and obviously when you get a hold of any of it and you're not ready to have the responsibilities, you can lose it very quickly. And so a plan is needed, at least for me, to keep that in check.
Right.
But yeah, a dream of something you've wanted to do for a long time. What was your official answer? I don't think we heard it yet.
Let's see, is there something that I still want to do? Travel.
Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah, I would want to travel.
When I thought of this, I literally thought the same thing. There's a lot of places I want to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is a big place.
Yeah, I want to like go eat great food, meet great people, see beautiful places, connect with them. Learn, grow.
Learn about the
Yeah,
world.
learn about the world.
My place in it.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And
Yeah, agreed.
figure out, where do I fit in? Mm-hmm. And how do my actions affect the world around me?
That's lovely. I like that very much. Good answer.
How about you?
Oh, the travel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Connecting
That's right.
with
I'm
food,
slow.
places, and people.
And food, places, and people.
And learning about myself that way too. Mm-hmm. And taking those and making them into great stories.
There you go. It's great stories. I love it.
All right, 15. Shall I read it?
Yes, go ahead.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Greatest accomplishment of my life. I think it's going to sound silly. I used to work in broadcast news. Mm-hmm. And I had an actual, real, bona fide press pass.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I could get into things and do stuff and say shit.
Okay, that's tight. Like, you could be like, I need 4 Wicked tickets.
Not exactly.
That'd be tight.
But if I had been on assignment somewhere, I absolutely could have gone in and flashed my badge and been like, yeah, I'm with the press.
That's tight.
I'm with the
That's
press.
cool.
Yeah, so I got to carry around a press pass in my bag in case something
You gotta
happened.
hang that on your wall. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I like that. Mm-hmm. Was that all you wanted to say on that?
I think that's my great. I mean, it's not a big accomplishment.
No, that's
but,
cool. That's really cool.
But I had a press pass.
That's legit. That's cool. If you, I have mine. Okay.
Yes, let's hear it. I would like to hear.
So mine would be overcoming the obstacle of thinking about what other people are thinking of me, like in social situations, like just overcoming that social stress and like being able to just go out in the world and just be myself. I think the biggest accomplishment is me letting my guard down socially. Yeah, letting my guard down socially and feeling good about it. Because I think that was the hardest thing in life for me so far. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Because that's hard to get vulnerable.
Oh,
and
yeah.
to be comfortable being vulnerable and to feel safe being vulnerable.
Especially if kids are just fucking mean.
I know.
Makes it harder to come out of your
mean.
shell.
Oh, gosh, right? Let's see. What do you value the most in a friendship? Ooh. The words that are coming to mind are trust and safety. I care a lot about being safe, and not just physically safe, but like emotionally safe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And being able to trust my loved ones that they have my best interest at heart, and that they would not do anything to harm me or anyone that I love.
That's lovely. Value most in friendship. I think for me, when someone understands me in a way that I think is really representative of me, I think that sort of connection is beautiful, even if it's one-sided for them to me, or one way or the other, just because I really enjoy understanding someone like that, and I like when they understand me. And because I feel like when I have this understanding, I feel like I can have the great laughs I want to have, and the deep philosophical conversations I want to have, and on a deeper level. And that's always been like the spice of life in friendships for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to just screenshot the rest of this
Yeah.
in case this does something squirrely.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you for doing that.
Yes.
Indeed.
Oh gosh, this gets more intense as we go.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
All right. All right. Come on. Come on. All right. What is your most treasured memory?
You asking me first? I'll go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Or either one. I know.
Go ahead.
It's a silly memory. But I used to have this little fantasy about being kissed at night in the rain under a wrought iron street lamp.
Aww.
It was very
That's
specific.
adorable.
It was very specific.
Yeah.
And it had to be at night under a street lamp. Like, not any old street lamp. No. It had to be wrought iron.
I love that.
So wrought iron street lamp at night in the rain.
Yes.
And I remember being in college, and the person that I was dating at the time was wonderful. And I remember it started to rain, and in the town where we were, and the house that we happened to be at this moment, it was nighttime and it started to rain, and I knew that right outside were some street lamps. of the wrought iron variety.
Oh.
So I grab my date and I'm like, we're going. This is happening. And so he runs outside with me and we go. We stand under the wrought iron street lamp and he kissed me and it was like one of the most romantic moments of my entire life.
Oh my God.
It was so
I felt that for you. Damn, that's good. I like that.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I just looked right at the camera. Okay, give me a second.
No, you're fine. Your most treasured memory.
I think one of them would have to be when I had a group of 4 or 5 girlfriends and that I could just let loose with. And there was honestly several times, I'm very lucky I think, where we're all just vibing with each other and loving on each other's energy and having a drink and laughing like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
And just like nothing. We were like unstoppable. We were just...
That's so cool.
It was just, there was love in the air. You know, there was love in the air and we were just, didn't really matter what happened. We were so accepting of each other and grooving off each other's vibes. And I'd have to say that's probably my most treasured memory.
Oh, this one's harder. What's your most terrible memory?
I got one.
All right.
I sat on a couch that had a bunch of pins coming out of it. And I have a huge scar on my leg. And I was supposed to get stitches and I didn't. It's like that big of a scar.
Oh, man.
And I was just like gushing blood.
Ooh.
And yeah, that was probably one of the most terrible moments.
It's not a great moment.
That's bad.
My most terrible memory. Let's see. I think. I think it's this, and I'm not sure if that's because I have some that kind of rank up there. That I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I've had some bad experiences in my life. Ranking them is hard sometimes.
I feel that.
I won't get into too many specifics, but there was this incident in high school with a guy I was dating, and I didn't understand what had happened to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt responsible for it. And I told my friend that, long story short, I told him that I wasn't a virgin anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he had told me that he was like holding me as this standard for some reason. Yeah. And that he was disappointed in me.
Oh. Well, that's not very nice. That's fucked up.
It was fucked up. And it was all the worse because I realized later that, like, okay, that totally didn't even count. Yeah. Because reasons.
That's so mean. Yeah. Jesus, who's he to tell you that?
I know, right?
Now that you think about it, you're like, who's this guy?
I'm like, who is this
How do I let this guy have power over me in that regard? Yeah.
There was just like this series of
that's so not
bad things that happened in a row. And I was like, you know what? I remember years later realizing, fuck that guy. Yeah.
He got some stereotypical nonsense in his head that he was driving home. He was driving it home.
And so it was one of it was one of those things where I learned that the people who love me wouldn't say things like that.
I like
to me.
That's the important
if they were really my friend, that they, number one, would probably understand a little bit better than me what had happened. And then number two, even if they didn't, would not have blamed me. No. Yeah. And been like, like he wasn't even the same religion as me, which is why it was a big deal. Like, but
I think some insecurities might have been talking or something.
Oh, hello
there.
Thank you
for tuning in.
Oh my God, we've been rated.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. I have another terrible experience. I feel like it's really easy to share those.
Yeah, it's really easy to share a terrible experience.
No, can I share this
one?
Okay,
yes.
So I went camping, and this is when I just started my period, and I didn't bring anything for it. and it was raining the whole time, and I didn't even have rain gear. I was young.
Yeah.
And like when we were even just, it was one of those like camping trips where you backpack to get to your camping location. And there was like snow at some points, and like when I got there, it was starting to rain, so we couldn't even put our little shelter up. It was really bad.
Oh man, that is not a pleasant memory.
No. And then my period started, and I remember
Of course it did.
single, like I didn't have anything for them. So I was just wrapping sweatshirts around my waist and like
just free bleeding.
Yeah.
Because what else is there to do?
And I'm like super young, so this is like not like, this is kind of a scary concept for me still, that I'm having this thing happen to me. And so I'm in the forest, like,
you're in the forest,
like
of course.
5 miles out or something from civilization. So that is a terrible moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not a great moment.
Going through your underwear like it's nobody's business.
Oh man, free bleeding, but not by choice.
Not by choice.
Oh gosh. Okay, number 19.
Okay, want me to read it?
Yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are living now? Why?
Oh, I would be more careful about how much time I spend on devices as opposed to with people. I've noticed that I very easily get wrapped up in my phone, or I get wrapped up in like my art, or just some little like cool little thing.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I would change, is I would spend more time connecting with the people that I love.
I love that. I wasn't going to say anything as, like, socially nice as that. I was going to say, I plan out my finances to the last dollar, so I spend every dollar until I die.
Yes!
Every cent!
Yes! Make it all count! Because you're not just spending money
Yeah.
for you. I mean, I know you, and so
Yeah.
I can say this, I think. You would be buying memories.
Oh, yeah.
You would be buying experiences,
Yeah.
and you would want to make sure that you used all of it.
Yes. How many vacations can I buy with my friends before I die?
Exactly.
That would be really cool.
Like last holiday.
Yes.
With Queen Latifah.
Yes. Yes. And I love this saying, every day is a holiday and every meal is a celebration. Yes. I love that.
Every day is a holiday and every meal is a celebration. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What does friendship mean to you? Friendship to me is what I said before, I guess. It's safety, it's trust. Because you're trusting this person that they will accept you, and that they will not harm you or reject any part of you.
Yeah.
I think that to me, that's what real friendship is.
Oh, I feel that. Yeah, if you have a true friend, it's someone you can trust with your vulnerabilities, and they understand you to an extent that you guys are able to vibe and care for one another on the friendship level. And yeah, I think that trust is really important for that. And through the understanding, maybe you have like some more genuine connections, which allow you guys to have more fun together too. That was more than one thing. Oh, that's what friendship means to me. Yeah, all those things are what friendship mean to me.
Awesome. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Ooh, love and affection.
Love and affection. It plays a big role because, I mean, and I've talked about it a lot already, about being with the people that I love and connecting with them, and having people that I love is really important, because it's not just connecting with the people that I happen to know, but like being able to find people that I really have things in common with, and that I can be my full self with, I think. So the role that love and affection plays in that is I am constantly seeking it and trying to nurture it and
Great
cultivate
answer.
it in my life.
Ditto. I think that having someone I can rely on who's thinking about my needs is something that's important to me. I not only want to give it, but I do want to receive it as well. So that the love is very important for me to feel and to give. And I love the affection from it too. It makes me feel desired and wanted. And I want that for my partner as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, Gushing.
I know. Friendship is deep understanding. Oh, I love
Ooh,
that.
yes.
Friendship is deep understanding.
On another level,
yeah.
you know, like.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we found this list of 36 questions that you can ask somebody to basically, how would you describe it? Force vulnerability. Force getting to know someone on like a really intimate level.
It's just, getting to know someone on a more intimate level and making a connection
Yeah.
through vulnerabilities. That's what this whole exercise is about.
Yes. And so we're asking the questions to see what happens to us.
Yeah, as an experiment.
As an experiment. Okay. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items. Oh, this is going to be good.
This is juicy.
This is going to be good. Okay. Would you like to go first or shall I? I'll go first.
Go first.
I'll think of something.
Okay.
It's easy to look into your eyes.
Aww.
It's easy to just make that connection with you and to see you. Because sometimes with other people, it can be a little bit intense or like awkward or whatever. But when I look in your eyes, it's just easy to connect and it just feels good.
I think it's because, at least for me, my walls have come down and I feel very safe with you. And so, you know, I feel like I can just speak to your soul and not have to be scared of... because I feel like you have a certain level of trust of what I'm going to say, and I feel like I can gauge what I'm going to say, and I feel like you'll like what I'm going to say. And if you don't, we can work together because there's that understanding from each other. Yeah, that deep understanding.
That deep understanding. Oh, thank you. Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad
thank
you're
you
here.
so much for joining. We love talking
we
philosophically so much.
And we love hearing from you, too.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right.
For your addition. Oh, yeah, that was one thing.
That was one thing. Okay, so now... okay, now it's your turn.
Okay, that was one thing. Okay, we're going to go back and forth to 5.
Yes.
Okay. I think I really like that you really try to understand me when something's going on. Like, you're not just surface level, like, let's get by this. You're like, no, I really want to understand what's happening with you, and I want to understand it with you and help you. And that's so beautiful. And, like, a lot of people don't get to experience that genuineness of actually wanting to understand someone like that and help them. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Gushing.
Let's see. Item 2. What's something that I haven't said already? Because the next thing that I was thinking was, and this is a little bit more shallow, but you're always on an adventure.
Aww.
You're always going somewhere, and it's always like I'm excited to find out what you're doing and where you're going, and it inspires me to go on my own adventures and to be moving my own energy around.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and so you're a great hostess.
Thank you.
You're such a good hostess.
Yeah,
and that's
thank
something
you.
that I admire.
I think the next thing I'm going to say is what I admire about you. I don't know if that's exactly the question.
That's okay, yeah. Something you consider a positive characteristic.
Okay, cool. I admire that you are really comfortable and able to be yourself around people you've just met, and it makes them feel comfortable. And I think that's such a beautiful quality, and yeah, that's stunning. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like how, and this is kind of similar to what you just said, but I like how confident you are in yourself, and and that helps you to be a really good communicator. I think that's really what I was driving at, is that you're a very good communicator. You're very, it's easy to know what's going on with you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're so open.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Aww.
And it's easy to see who you are. And I like that. It's because then it makes it easy to connect with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The next one for you would be, I love how thoughtful you are, especially with like things I just kind of throw out there. You're like, let's investigate this for a second. I'm like, oh, I feel loved. You're like, I love how thoughtful you are. Whatever we're doing, like, you're like, okay, like, you're going to look into it deeper. And I think that's awesome. Like, you know, that's such a good quality. I really appreciate it. It shows that you're caring and you're present. And I just really appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're saying like these wonderful things, and I'm like, ah.
There's no pressure at all.
I guess that's something else. I guess that's what I'm going to say next, is that you don't put pressure on me to perform. You don't have, like, the only expectations that you have from me are that I will be kind to you and that you can trust me.
I love that. Yes.
And
I want to say the same thing.
yeah, it's okay. But like, that's a totally reasonable and fair expectation to have.
Yeah.
Where there are some other people who maybe aren't as clear about what they want, or they aren't as that they don't hone in on that as well.
Yeah. No, I totally feel that. Especially when meeting new people, I always feel like, oh no, there's an expectation. It's an invisible wall that feels like an expectation that doesn't necessarily need to be there, but it can make things more sterile in the beginning. And I agree. I never had that with you. There was never an expectation, and and pretty close to right away, I was like, this is so cool. I'm going to put my feet up. We're going to be ourselves. And it was great. That sterile wall just got knocked down right away.
Down.
I loved it. Oh. Yes.
Let's see. Last thing. I like how gentle you are.
Aww.
That you're very conscientious of the feelings of the people around you. And you're very conscious of the effect that your actions have on others. And it's very evident that it's really important to you to do no harm, or to do as little harm as possible.
Thank you.
And so it's easy to feel safe around you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this one's too related to another one.
That's okay. It can be related.
You have a very nurturing soul. Like, I feel like you're like the friend I can cry in their arms, and like I can be vulnerable. This fucking thing is working.
I like it. That feels good.
Like, I feel like if I'm having like a really hard day and I feel like no one's gonna understand me, you'll just hear me out, and I can be vulnerable, and it's very nurturing. So thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's felt really good to be able to do that with you, and it made me feel less alone. And when I was in the dark spot I was in, so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure. All right, was that 5? I think that was 5 things.
Great work, everyone.
Great work, everyone. Let's see, how many more? We've got 2 more questions in this set, and then that's the end of the set.
Okay, we'll finish this out.
Okay,
off
we'll finish this out.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
Let's see. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most people's? You want me to compare my childhood to other people's childhoods?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I want to do that.
Uh-oh.
How close and warm is your family? My family is... There's a lot of subtext. We speak a lot in subtext. And so with that comes a certain intimacy, but also a certain distance.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you speak in subtext as opposed to just regular text, there's so much that's being said, but that isn't being said.
Right.
And that creates this dual feeling of, I know what they're thinking, but I still can't connect with them.
Yeah. It's not really a direct communication, so that leaves more to... there's some left unsaid things that you want said.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like our family is not the best at communicating difficult feelings.
Yeah.
And that's something that I had to learn growing up, and then as an adult, I had to learn how to be more comfortable being vulnerable and saying the thing instead of just kind of alluding to it or sweeping it under the rug.
Oh,
or,
yeah. Like something like a trait you wanted to develop in a different direction for yourself. Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, for sure. Well, I feel like my parents were always very supportive. I think they could have, like, had more discipline. I think they could have used more discipline in a way that was, like, appropriate, and that would have been good. But, yeah, there was definitely, like, some traits that I inherited directly from my family that I feel like I grew out of and made more, improved for my own life. I feel like my family was very warm. Yeah, I feel like they were very warm.
That's wonderful.
I still feel like they're very warm, very supportive, you know, and loving, and they'll listen to what I have to say, and they're direct. And I think that's where I get my directness from, which I'm very happy about. What was the second part?
I wanted you to compare your childhood to other people's childhoods, and I was like, I'm just going to skip that
I don't
part.
need to do that.
I don't need to compare to my... Yeah, it sounds like... I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mother? Oh, oh, good God. Okay. I feel like I wish that I was closer with my mom.
Yeah.
But it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because like I said, our family doesn't do difficult conversations very well. And there's some difficult conversations that need to be had between me and her in order for a more close relationship to evolve.
For the walls to come down.
For the walls to come down.
Yeah.
And at this point, that's not happening.
Yeah. And you would like it to.
And I would like it to, yeah.
Yeah. Is there, like, any steps you can take, small steps in a direction that could potentially lead there one day?
I mean, it's a two-way street. It
is a two-way street.
There's things that I can do, but there's
only so much you can do.
Exactly. There's only so much that I can do.
Yeah. My mom is incredible.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. Like, she did things that were unnecessary out of love for me that I'm very grateful for. And, yeah, I think she's an incredible human being, and she gives a lot for her family, and it has not gone unnoticed, and she'll forever be in my heart for that, and she's very loved. You are a very loved woman, my mother, and that's what I have to say about that.
That's it. Hi, Mom! That's the end of set 2. You want to hear the questions from set 3?
I'm wondering if we want to say that we can read some of them. Yeah,
we can read.
That's fine.
We don't have to think of the answers, but we can just read them.
We can read some of them. Yeah.
Okay. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling ...
Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share ... Aww.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This is great.
Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met.
When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself?
You skipped one.
Oh, I did? Oops.
It's okay.
My bad.
Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. I was like, we can't skip that one.
Can't skip that one.
When did you last cry in front of another person by yourself?
That was mine, yeah.
You can read the next one.
Okay. Tell your partner something that you like about them already.
What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
Oh.
Oh, sticky.
That's a deep one.
That's sticky.
If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet?
Oh, that's a good one to think about.
Ooh, that's a really good one to think about.
Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why?
Ooh. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why?
That's intense. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. That's a great idea. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you've chosen. Aww! That's fantastic.
That's great. Ooh,
I like
I'm excited
that
to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
These
time.
are great.
Next time.
But yeah,